memories.
Over 35 years, I've watched in awe and occasionally helped out as innovative and colorful folks have built this place with strong values and strong backs. So, where did it all begin? A few people in Louisville, Kentucky, who crossed paths while working in the food service industry in the late 1970s found that they shared a wish to live closer to the land and more for integrity and self reliance than just paychecks. Two of them, Bob Daniel and Jerry Mayer, found some land 45 miles to the west of the city in Crawford County, Indiana, an area of large forests, rolling hills, and small cattle farms. While Daniel kept working for a restaurant in Louisville, Mayer began serving as the technical director for a dinner theater in the resort town of French Lick, Indiana. Both their commutes were the same distance from the property in Crawford County. There, they lived in a trailer at first, and when not working their paid jobs away from home, the two took on the toils required to fulfill their dreams of adding a geodesic dome, raising small animals, and cultivating small patches of spices and plants. Some of those spices went to work with Daniel and were used to garnish customers' food in one of Louisville's best restaurants. Soon Daniel and Mayer met Mark Stein and some other coworkers who they learned during friendly chit chat between rushes had similar ideals of simpler living through environmental sustainability. After a visit or two, Stein, who was a recent Vanderbilt University graduate, decided he had found a new home. He, Mayer, and Daniel, and a few others worked out a joint ownership plan. The small group began the round the clock tasks of building their own houses with some intricate sustainable energy methods, along with plenty of modern conveniences, while still commuting and working their jobs. There were Spartan days and nights in various kinds of weather until they made progress on such things as a modified geodesic dome and Mark Stein's two-story home powered by solar electric cells and heated by a mixture of solar and wood. One member of the group suggested they call their settlement the Millennium Farm, but not because of the calendar. This was a couple of decades before the current millennium was to arrive, and the word was not widely used. She, like millions of radio listeners, had heard what sounded like the lyrics, "I'm not talking about millennium," in the Dan Seals song, "I'd Really Love to See It Tonight." Though the words widely misheard as millennium were actually moving in, the new resident of the farm was intrigued by the term. She quickly persuaded the rest of the group to call their home the Millennium Farm. Several folks have come and departed and sometimes returned, but there is enough permanence in the Millennium Farm to make a visitor believe that if there's any place that could last 1,000 years, it's these 25 or so acres of innovation, free thought, and colorful outdoor art that stirs the senses and provides more than a bit of saucy commentary. And whimsy, that's made clear in the name of this garden. The lives of some of the Millennium Farms residents have been devoted to more than just whimsy. Mark Stein has become one of the nation's premier mediators. That's a profession that resolves disputes with a goal of satisfying both parties as an alternative to litigation. He wrote a book on the topic and demonstrated mediation techniques on The Oprah Winfrey Show in the 1990s. Stein also served as a consultant for the U.S. Department of Justice, helping communities and businesses all over the nation set up dispute resolution programs. He also was employed installing solar heating systems in homes in southern Indiana. Clean, renewable sources of energy are found all over the Millennium Farm. Bob Daniel displayed how these pebbles absorb sunlight during the day and without producing any pollution or energy waste like pathways at night. Sunlight reaching the Millennium Farm also produces electricity through photovoltaic cells that power these electric lights at night. For the residents of the farm, whimsy and serious activism intersect in their lives just as they do on their property. On a trip to the Millennium Farm in 2019 for a 40th anniversary open house, I checked out the geodesic dome. Well, it's a modified geodesic dome to fit their situation. And I was reminded just how much they love animals. 40 years ago, 1979, they started it. We have another couple of residents here. Hi there. We have 3 cats. We have a cat here. You want to be on YouTube? So you don't have to walk very far.
That platform is a lot more level than I thought it was going to turn out.
Yeah? Let's take
Well, when you say it's going to pull out again,
Look here.
I see that, but how's it going to, but I see now. Yeah, it's like pretty level.
Oh, there's nobody in there.
Oh, there's a kitty cat. Do you mind if the kitty cat comes out, or?
Do you think she can?
Well,
she wanders around.
Hi there, kitty cat.
Yes,
What's it like to?
Snooky.
What's it like to be a kitty cat that lives in a geodesic dome?
Well,
Not very many.
She's just learning. She was dropped off here
Oh, goodness.
a week ago.
That's probably all she knows. Is she says everybody lives in a geodesic dome, don't they?
I know.
Well, here it is. I haven't been back here in ages, and it has become a home-like, to say the least. It's got it all. And all the comforts of home, and then some. More later. You can hear the beautiful soft music they had on the speakers on that day in 2019, and a racket by the guinea fowl. I believe those are the guineas. Bob said they make noise like that all the time. They're a watchfowl, he said. There you go. They don't wish to be on camera. No paparazzi, they say. And I must mention Baucus and Philemon, these 2 maple trees who greet visitors to the Millennium Farm. Bob Daniel said they are named for the elderly couple in a Greek myth. Their humility and generosity with strangers is rewarded by having their one wish granted, and that was to die at the same moment and instantly be transformed into trees whose branches embrace eternally. The cleverness and outspokenness of the Millennium Farm and its founders are everywhere, and you'll get to see a little more here as we strap in on this wet but nice day for a tour. We're off and rolling on a golf cart tour of various parts of the Millennium Farm.
Expanded so that the necessary. That's a Japanese maple.
I was thinking it was Japanese maple.
One of the biggest
Either
I've
that
ever
or water maple.
seen. And no, the water maples are the ones up front. And this is a pear.
Pear?
Great. It doesn't bear pears, but it's an ornamental pear. This is the garden that we had to fence in bamboo that peach trees could survive the deep.
Great. And this is going to be I can't tell, but it's a rose, right?
No, that is a ever-blooming Weigelia.
So what's this back here?
This is the chicken yard.
Okay.
They're all inside now. They don't like getting wet. It messes up their coiffure. All of this. belongs to us so that you don't have to look at anybody else. Is a giant variegated reed grass. Okay, that was a Carolina red,
Okay.
I think. That held water for 3 years. Call one of those big urns that they used to use like in Egypt and in Rome to air condition because they put the water in there and it would evaporate and cool the air around it.
And on my chicken foot on the walking stick, we will now proceed down the woodland trail.
Again, it needs to be mowed, but this is another one of the paths through here. I have to wait now about mowing it until the bluebells get finished. But
And
all
this
of these
is Smo?
others can be opened up so that they're all one big run for dogs to run around in. So.
Yeah.
It's beautiful out here and enchanting regardless of the weather. And plenty of intelligent, stimulating thoughts here. We're familiar with a lot of these phrases. And life's modern touch, too.
Samson, Abel, Carter, Franklin, Pierce, the third.
The third. And the larger one is
Bertha.
Bertha. That's easier to remember.
Yeah.
Bertha, the big turtle, has quite an appetite for someone so delicate. Sitting around giving me life as a bright red color in the middle of all the browns and grays.
Breathtaking.
I tell you, I'm just as happy as if I were in my right mind.
That's pretty happy.
Seriously, sitting in here in a snowstorm is transcendent.
Oh, there are the hands. Yep.
Oh, yes. I've told Jenny about these.
Yeah. They're wet right now, so but the next time you come out, you'll have to sit on them. This is the Skyview Garden.
This is where you watch the eclipse, right?
That are koi, and 3 of them are actually goldfish.
Wow. They're huge. Just a screen out here so you can get an idea of their size compared to people.
I love honeysuckle no matter how it's
We've got so much honeysuckle. Again, it needs to be
Honeysuckle, but unfortunately now it's time to depart.
wait now about mowing it.
Wait a minute, look over there. One of the chickens has come out. So much for its coiffure. Oh well, farewell to the magic of the Millennium Farm, and we'll be back.
Likely. Now you won't.